Welcome back again for Group F is next in his matchup. Spawning into the bottom right hand corner. The orange Terran piece or orange Protoss pieces. He goes by the name of ASDF. And in the top left hand corner, the Terran pieces of the butler himself, AlbertOcelot. Now, I do believe ASDF, let me check here, is actually potato? Let's see here. Yes, should be potato if I remember right. Anyway, back to our lovely game here. Now, we do have ASDF, or aka the potato, moving out across the map here with his probe. Going to get up here and see exactly what his Terran opponent is up to. He might even go after that SCV building the barracks. As we do have AlbertOcelot pulling a couple of SCVs to deal with that probe. We do have a Reaper expansion coming out here for Albert. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, the orange Protoss pieces of ASDF, aka the potato. Gonna go ahead and expand. Now, I don't remember if this is potato or not, so let me... I do believe this was potato for sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. Yep, okay. Yep, it's potato. Can't confirm. It is potato. Now, we do have Cybernetics Core follow-up. The second pylon is added on. Now, a lot of Protosses lately have been going for this lovely one pylon in the main. Gateway Cybernetics Core. Proxying a Stargate and then putting out a Void Ray. And going into a Cybernetics Core or a Shield Battery to back up that Void Ray. And you can easily position it in a very, very annoying position against Terran players here. But they can't reach it with a Siege Tank. But now AlbertOcelot doing something really interesting here. It is going 3 barracks on 1 gas. I mean, we should see Stim on the way. There we go. Tech Lab does start to come in. We should see a reactor added on to this one as well. Oh, is this a Marauder? Is this a Marine Marauder push? I like this idea. Okay. And it looks like he's just going to do this kind of on 1 base. Now, Potato is going to go ahead and scout once again. He's going to get up here to see that there is no expansion. Now, when he walks up the ramp, I would like to see his Marines down here on the low ground to, catch his probe so it doesn't catch anything interesting going on. Expansion finally on the way, so it's good to look, he's like, haha, fooled you, I am expanding. But when you see get up here to this ramp and poke up this ramp to see 3 barracks, your first thought is, alrighty, let's go ahead and start building a little bit more army. He's thinking about it. He needs to poke up. Did you see it? He saw 2 barracks. He saw 2 barracks and that was it. Okay. So he didn't get the full scout. And he has to know something fishy's going on here. Because, at this point in time, when you're a Protoss and you see 2 barracks and no expansion. In fact, I don't even think he saw the command center. Okay, he did see the command center. You have to kind of consider, it's going to be some really a quick aggression coming out here from Terran. All things considered. He's just building Marines. Concussive Shell and Stim are on the way. He's building Marines and... Okay, I was about to say, he's building Marines and he has Tech Labs. And he's getting Concussive Shell with some Marauders. But he is adding on the Marauders. Now, this is going to be one big bio push. With this expansion. Now, this is a really long map. Unless he goes into some starport play as well, I really don't see him getting much done. It's just like a straight up bio push. Observer is all the way across the map. Gonna get over here and see exactly what his opponent is up to. And there's just a lot of Marines and a Marauder so far. Meanwhile, on Potato side of the map, he does have the Twilight Council down. He is going into Blink. And we do have Immortals on the way. So is this gonna be like a Blink Stalker Immortal push? If you don't wind up, just busting the front end. Or busting the front of the Terran. A scan being thrown down here to figure out exactly what his opponent is up to. is AlbertOcelot. Now, I switched to his vision here because you can honestly, if you just pay attention to it, you can hear the beeping of that observer. A lot of people don't know about that, and you just kind of ignore it. You know, it kind of sounds like it's part of the map, honestly, in some cases. But, you know, if you hear that, there's generally an observer hanging out above your army guys or above your base. If you throw down a missile turret or a scan, you can get rid of it pretty quick. Now, this push is coming out here with one Marauder in the map push. He's just building Marines. He has concussive shell for that one Marauder. I'd like to point that out. And because shield batteries are going to finish up before this pressure hits. And it shouldn't get too much done here, honestly. This aggression just not having exactly the backbone of the Marauders that it needs to really deal with the front end. And Blink is about to finish up as well. Yeah, this isn't going to get a whole lot done here. But here we go. He's going to push it in here. The shield battery is coming down immediately. Not focusing down that sentry right away. That Guardian Shield is going to do a lot to reduce the damage. And just like that, you're going to get pushed back. Easy peasy. Just another day at the office for Protoss players. As now he is going to have to go back home and rethink his strategy a little bit as Potato decides he's going to go ahead and move out, saying, yeah, okay, that was your army? That's pretty cool, man. Let me show you my army. I'll push across the map with it right now for you. Now, this push should basically be the end of this game. I mean, with no Terran army here to defend, Warp Prism on the way and Blink as well, there's really nothing here Terran can do to really stall out the Blink Stalkers. Even if they had a wall off, just blink right past the wall. You're on top of the Terran army, and there's nothing you really can do as a Terran to stop that. Siege tanks are on the way. There is one out here so far. But Potato does have full vision up this ramp, so he is going to be able to just, you know, walk up here and blink right on top of this army. Medevac spotting is going to get taken out. The siege tank, a scary unit. Should see an Adept Shade come in here and get on top of this tank. That'd be my only means of getting really in as a Terran player or a Protoss player. Where's the Warp Prism? Is the Warp Prism over here yet? We do have a Warp and a Stalkers up on the high ground. So Potato look like he's going to hit from two sides here to get on top of these tanks. And if he can take out the tanks, there's really not going to be a whole lot here for Terran to be able to stop this. And here we go. Pushing forward into here. He's to blink on top of the tank. There we go. He's going to be able to get in here and focus down that tank. The second tank is going to get taken out. And Potato is showing exactly how to deal with Siege Up Terran on top of a ramp with Blink Stalkers. SCVs now being pulled off the line here to try and help defend. These mules do not attack, so they, you know, just kind of awkwardly walk into a corner and die. A tank up on the high ground is doing a lot of work. However, I think it's just not going to be enough in the end. Wow, I'm drowning myself out with audio. But GG is going to get called out by AlbertOcelot, and that is going to close out the first game of this series. Just like that. That's the reason why I had the audio turned down to a certain point, so I wasn't drowning myself out. Boop. Transition. Transition. Wait, stop. Alright, now we're back for game number 2. Now, we do know this is going to be a 2-game series, obviously, but as you did see it there in the replay, I got to do a better job of covering that up. But with that being said, spawning into the bottom right-hand corner of Odyssey Elite, the orange Protoss pieces. Representing the Cheddar Protoss, he is Potato, or currently known as ASDF. The home row keys. Anyway, in the top left-hand corner, the butler himself needing to clean up the series a little bit to tie this up. He goes by the name of AlbertOcelot. Now, as we go into a game number 2 here, Odyssey Elite, another one of those maps that, honestly, Protoss can do some very cheeky stuff on. But hold the phone, 2 SCVs making their way across the map. Now, it looks like AlbertOcelot is going to flip this game on its head a little bit and go for a kind of a cheeky cheese himself. But where are you going with this, mate? Where are you going? It should be rallied across the map here, somewhere near the Protoss base. There we go. Okay, so it looks like he's going to go for a bit of a double proxy Reaper type play here. There's no gas on the way yet. And Potato has no idea about this, you know, because the front of the base is completely sealed off. And that kind of has to be a cue as a Protoss player that, why would you wall off so quick? Is there something you don't want me to see here? Meanwhile, back home there is still one pylon for Potato. A second pylon should be on the way. He does have 2 gateways and a cybernetics core coming down here. Potato making his way out to a very interesting position here. He's looking. He knows something is up, and he's going to go figure it out. He's scouting the gold. And the worst part is, we'll get scout. Oh, he's not going to scout the gold. He's going to go ahead and throw down a cheeky pylon of his own. And this is where the cheddar games become real, kids. As we do move into a pretty cheeky game. Now, this is a situation where AlbertOcelot hasn't even scouted. Okay. Potato has scouted, and he's got a proxy pylon down. Now, this should be Stargate. My guess is going to be Stargate with this. Only because that seems to be what exactly Protoss players seem to be going for. We do have another gateway. Okay. So instead we are going to have a proxy gateway. And it's going to be used for stalkers, most definitely. This is also to warp in faster. Now, this is where things are going to get funny, because he's building Marines in a very unorthodox position here to be building Marines for a proxy Rax play. I mean, this might work on ladder, especially if your opponent doesn't scout. But in this position of rather see Reapers, you know, because Reapers can just run up in here. And honestly, if you have enough Reapers, you can kill the Stalker and proceed, you know, knock down the pylon or go right into the probe line. Another proxy pylon. And again, AlbertOcelot still has no idea that this is coming. Oh, this is going to be a really great game to watch. He is going to go ahead and throw down an expansion. He wants to get into that later stages of the game in case this doesn't work. But again, the thing about Terran Army is the way we build Army as Terran players. If we lose an Army, it's pretty much GG. I mean, there's just not a whole lot you can do to climb back into a game. A couple shield batteries being thrown down here. These Marines are going to move out. Now see this. Now this, we'll go ahead and clean up these shield batteries. Okay, he's good. Oh, there you go. Focus on the pylon. Get rid of the second one. Now there are 2 more gateways across the map, and the aggression is on the way. No. Now move out. They get scouted by the Stalkers. He should probably turn around and consider fighting these Stalkers, but he's getting to high ground where there's no vision, so these Stalkers do have to walk up the ramp. And clicking down one of his own Marines. And we got a couple more pins of Stalkers up around the high ground. One will get taken out, but the Marine reinforcement from behind is going to get cut off by these 3 Stalkers here. And these Marines are now trapped in the main base. He's trying to rally across, but he's trailing in like 1 or 2 at a time. You need a big Marine ball in order to make this work. So now Potato realizes what's up. He's just going to defend back home, and eventually AlbertOcelot's going to be in a tight situation. Even though he has his command center down, he's not mining from it just yet, and he's actually oversaturated a little bit in the main there. He's going to go ahead and throw down a refinery to get that straightened out. But as soon as this aggression is shut down, all Protoss has to do is walk across the map, and it's over. There's just no way for him to actually recover from this aggression. As Potato knows just that, so he's just going to keep pushing forward. You know, press forward, and you know, just pick off a Marine, and just keep pushing forward while picking off that 1 or 2 Marines. Stalkers do move faster than Marines. And Marine doesn't have stem, so he will be able to eventually catch up to these, especially when they stop. And these 2 Marines, zip zap, going to get speared to a wall and get taken out. And here we go, this natural command center that honestly should not have been here this early off this kind of aggression. But no bunkers to defend. That's going to be it. I mean, these 2 supply depots are just going to get knocked down. And Potato's going to be able to walk right up into the main base, where there's absolutely no army to defend with. and get to work on the command center, get to work on SCVs. And that's pretty much just going to be it here for AlbertOcelot. I mean, the last of his armies across the map, there's a couple idle SCVs that would like to see them gone home, start mining, you know. Been useful there. But the amount of damage being done and no army here to defend basically spells the end of the game here for AlbertOcelot. And the Butler will be taken out once again. As we should see the GG any second. Oh, you know, cheeky turn. Just going to pick up and fly his buildings away. Wants to stay alive for a little bit longer, but you know, stalkers do shoot up, so it's kind of an awkward situation. You know, the command center is burning, so that will end up burning down. Did he get stem? No, he didn't have stem at all. But GG gonna get called out. And Potato will secure himself a 2-0 win.